Today, we are looking at GAAP Information Security Fundamentals, often shortened to GISF. This is part of the Monday Certified feature from Bare Metal Cyber Magazine, where we break down cybersecurity, IT, cloud, privacy, audit, governance, and technology certifications in plain English. GISF is a foundational cybersecurity certification for people who need to understand the basic language, risks, controls, and technologies that shape modern information security. It is not designed to turn someone into a senior analyst overnight, and that is exactly why it can be useful. It sits near the beginning of the cybersecurity learning path and helps new professionals understand how security fits across networks, systems, policies, identity, cryptography, incident response, and risk.
If this certification is on your study list, a free and complete audio course is available in the Bare Metal Cyber Academy at baremetalcyber.com, complete with a study guide and a second ebook featuring 1,000 flashcard questions.
This credential is especially useful for early career professionals, career changers, managers, system administrators, compliance staff, and technically curious professionals who need a clearer view of how security actually works. Many people enter cybersecurity with scattered knowledge. They may know a little about passwords, a little about firewalls, a little about malware, and a little about risk, but they do not yet have a complete framework. This certification helps organize those pieces into a more usable foundation. It gives learners a way to understand not only what security terms mean, but why those ideas matter in real organizations. GISF is issued by GIAC, a well-known cybersecurity certification organization associated with serious technical security validation. This is a foundational certification, but it still belongs to a broader ecosystem that includes incident response, digital forensics, security operations, penetration testing, cloud security, industrial control system security, and security leadership. That matters because the credential is not floating on its own. It can serve as an entry point into a larger cyber learning path, especially for people who may later want to move into deeper technical or operational specialties.
The best fit for this certification is someone near the start of a cybersecurity path, or someone who touches security as part of another role. That might include a help desk technician who wants to understand why access control matters. It might include a junior administrator who needs to connect network behavior to security exposure. It might include a career changer who has technical curiosity but still needs the vocabulary of the field. It can also help managers and compliance professionals who are not trying to become hands-on analysts but who still need to understand the logic behind security decisions.
At its core, this certification is about cyber fluency. It helps answer questions such as, what does cybersecurity protect? How do systems create exposure? How do attackers take advantage of weakness? And how do organizations reduce risk? It also helps learners connect security controls to business reality. A control is not just a technical setting. It is a way to reduce the chance that something bad happens, limit the damage if it does happen, or improve the organization's ability to detect and respond. The exam tests a broad set of information security fundamentals. Candidates should expect topics such as threats, vulnerabilities, controls, identity and access, password practices, cryptography, data protection, network communication, security policy, risk reduction, incident response, and defensive technologies. A modern fundamentals exam is not limited to antivirus, firewalls, and strong passwords. It also expects learners to understand how adversaries behave, how defensive tools fit together, how digital trust works, and how security responsibilities appear across an organization. The exam rewards connection, not just memorization. A question about networks may really be testing whether the candidate understands segmentation, monitoring, or attack paths. A question about passwords may connect to identity, policy, user behavior, and authentication. A question about cryptography may focus on confidentiality, integrity, trust, or authentication. A question about incidents may require the candidate to understand containment, communication, recovery,
and documentation. That is why the word fundamentals can be misleading. Foundational does not mean shallow.
One common mistake is assuming that an introductory certification must be easy. For someone with no technical background, the range of topics can feel wide. For someone with IT experience, the challenge may be different. They may already understand how systems work, but they still need to shift their thinking toward how those systems can be attacked, defended, governed, and recovered. The exam is not just about knowing technical words. It is about understanding how security ideas fit together in a working environment.
Preparation should begin with vocabulary because security has its own language. Terms like threat, vulnerability, control, risk, authentication, authorization, encryption, incident, and mitigation need to become familiar. But vocabulary alone is not enough. Each term should be connected to a real workplace situation. Ask how it would appear in a help desk ticket, a security alert, a policy conversation, an audit finding, or a management decision. That simple habit turns abstract learning into practical understanding.
A good study plan should move in phases. First, build the basic language of threats, vulnerabilities, controls, risk, identity, networks, cryptography, and incident response. Next, connect those concepts to realistic examples. Then, use the exam objectives as a checklist, so study time follows the actual scope of the certification. After that, practice recall with flashcards, short explanations, and practice questions. Finally, slow down on weak areas instead of rushing past them. If networking, cryptography, or risk still feels vague, spend extra time there before moving forward.
The exam is currently built around a proctored format with 75 questions, a 2-hour time limit, and a published passing score near the upper 60s. Candidates should always confirm the current exam details in their own GACA camp before scheduling, because certification bodies can update exam mechanics over time. The important point is that the exam is broad enough that cramming is a poor strategy. Steady review works better than trying to absorb a wide body of fundamentals at the last minute.
Hands-on practice can help, even though this is not a deep lab-based exam. Learners can review basic network diagrams, compare authentication methods, read sample security policies, walk through incident response phases, and study common controls. They can also look at simple examples of cloud security settings, endpoint protections, data loss prevention, and monitoring concepts. The goal is not to build an enterprise security operations center at home. The goal is to make the ideas less abstract. Question practice should be used with care. Practice questions are useful for learning pacing and exam style, but they should not become a substitute for understanding. After a missed question, the best review is not simply memorizing the right answer. Ask what concept was being tested, why the correct answer was better, and whether the mistake came from vocabulary, content knowledge, or decision-making. That is where real improvement happens.
The Bare Metal Cyber Academy can fit into this preparation process as a flexible support system. The free audio course can help build familiarity during commutes, walks, chores, or low-focus review time. The study guide can provide a structured reading path when you need organized explanations. The flashcards ebook can help with recall, weak area review, and final preparation. Used together, those resources can help busy learners keep momentum without forcing every study session to look the same. Career-wise, GISF can support roles where security awareness and technical literacy matter. That includes junior cybersecurity roles, help desk positions with security responsibilities, desktop support, system administration, compliance support, audit support, and management roles that require stronger cyber understanding. It will not replace hands-on experience, but it can help show that a candidate has taken cybersecurity fundamentals seriously and is building a credible base.
In a broader certification path, this credential usually makes sense near the beginning. Some learners may later move towards CompTIA Security Plus for broad entry-level validation. Others may strengthen networking with CompTIA Network Plus or Cisco CCNA. Some may continue deeper into the GIAC ecosystem, with GIAC Security Essentials, Incident Handling, Security Operations, Cloud Security, or other specialty areas. The best next step depends on the career goal, but GISF can help establish the starting vocabulary and logic that later study builds on.
This certification is best for people who want a structured, credible introduction to cybersecurity fundamentals. It is especially helpful when a learner needs to understand how systems, networks, people, policies, identity, risk, and response fit together. For early career professionals and career changers, it can provide a cleaner starting point. For professionals already working near security, it can fill gaps and make cyber conversations easier to follow. And for busy learners, the Bare Metal Cyber Academy resources can offer a practical way to study with structure, flexibility, and steady review.
Thanks for listening. For more audio courses, daily newsletters, and more, please visit baremetalcyber.com.